Wife cheated with my brother, then attacked me when I called them out. So I had her arrested, filed for divorce, and sent the footage to both families. I never thought I'd be the guy writing one of these posts. 6 years. That's how long Heidi and I were married. Together for 8 total. We met at a mutual friend's wedding. She was coordinating the event. I was the best man trying not to trip over my own feet during the ceremony. She laughed at my awkward toast. I bought her a drink at the reception. The rest is supposed to be history, right? I'm Owen. 34. I work in wealth management, which basically means I help people who have money make sure they don't lose it through stupid decisions. The irony isn't lost on me now. I spent my days analyzing risk, spotting red flags in financial portfolios, building contingency plans. Should have applied those skills to my own life sooner. Heidi was an event coordinator. Good at her job. Long hours, especially during wedding season. I got used to the late nights, the weekend calls, the stress of dealing with bridezillas and vendor cancellations. It came with the territory. I never questioned it. My brother Gavin was always the charming one. 2 years younger, worked in commercial real estate, always had some deal cooking. He was the guy people gravitated toward at parties, quick with a joke, generous with drinks, never met a stranger. I bailed him out more times than I could count. Rent money. Car payments. That time he got in over his head with a bad investment. Family's family, right? Yeah. About that. It started small. Maybe 3 months ago. Heidi got different. Not overnight. Gradual. Like a tide going out so slowly you don't notice until you're standing on dry sand. She was on her phone constantly. Not unusual for her line of work, but the way she angled it away when I walked by? That was new. She'd get a text and her whole body would tense, then she'd disappear into the bathroom to respond. When I asked who it was, she'd say just a client or venue drama and change the subject. The late nights got later. Dinner meetings that stretched past midnight. Emergency vendor calls at 10 p.m. Setup runs on Sundays. I'm not a jealous guy, never have been, but patterns are patterns. And these didn't add up. Then came the fights. Out of nowhere. I'd forget to text her back within an hour and suddenly I was inconsiderate and never thought about her. I left dishes in the sink and it became a referendum on our entire relationship. I worked too much. I didn't appreciate her. I was boring. That last one stuck with me. Boring. 2 weeks ago, she picked a fight because I didn't want to go out on a Thursday night. Said I never wanted to do anything spontaneous anymore, that I'd changed. I reminded her I had a 7 a.m. meeting with a client. She slammed the bedroom door and didn't speak to me for 2 days. Classic deflection. I see it in my work all the time, people picking fights to justify something they've already done. Last Friday, she said she had to meet a bride for a venue emergency. Last minute crisis, might take a few hours. She put on the black dress she usually saves for client meetings. The expensive perfume. Full makeup for an emergency at 8 p.m. I watched her leave and something in my gut twisted. I'm a logical person. I deal in data. But sometimes your instincts scream louder than spreadsheets. I waited 20 minutes. Then I got in my car. She said the venue was the Ashford estate across town. I drove there first. Parking lot was empty except for a catering van. Her car wasn't there. I sat in that empty lot for 5 minutes, my hands on the steering wheel, telling myself I was being paranoid. That I'd feel like an idiot when this turned out to be nothing. Then I drove 2 blocks to the Riverside Hotel. Her silver sedan was in the back lot, next to a black SUV I'd recognize anywhere. Gavin's. I sat there staring at both vehicles, engine running, my brain trying to catch up with what my eyes were seeing. My phone buzzed. Text from Gavin, can't make Sunday dinner, got a work thing. I looked back at the hotel. 3rd floor, lights on in a corner room. My little brother. My wife. I didn't go inside. Every instinct screamed to storm up there, to catch them, to burn it all down right then. But I didn't. I put the car in reverse and drove home. My hands were steady on the wheel. My mind was already 3 steps ahead. If I was going to do this, I was going to do it right. I wasn't looking for proof anymore. I was going to bury them with it. Heidi came home around midnight. I was on the couch, laptop open, pretending to review client portfolios. She walked in and kissed me on the cheek. Sorry, that ran so late. Total disaster with the floral arrangements. I smiled. No worries. Get it sorted out? Yeah, finally. She kicked off her heels, headed for the bedroom. I'm exhausted. Coming to bed soon? Just need to finish this up. She disappeared down the hall. I heard the shower turn on. I sat there listening to the water run, and something crystallized in my mind. I wasn't angry. Not yet. Anger is hot, impulsive, stupid. What I felt was cold. Surgical. I deal with numbers for a living. Risk assessment. Pattern recognition. Due diligence. You don't make accusations without evidence. You don't blow up your life on a hunch. So I wasn't going to. I was going to build a case so airtight they'd suffocate in it. Saturday morning, I went to a security store. Told the guy I needed cameras for the house. Neighbor got broken into, wanted peace of mind. He set me up with a 3-camera system. Living room, kitchen, front entryway. Discreet. Cloud backup. Motion activated. I installed them that afternoon while Heidi was out getting her nails done. Positioned them perfectly. Told her about it when she got home. Just want us to be safe, I said. With all the break-ins lately, she barely glanced at them. Good idea, that's when I knew. If she'd been innocent, she would have asked questions. Where they pointed. If they recorded audio. Something. She didn't care because she wasn't planning to do anything incriminating at home. Too late for that. Sunday night, I went through our phone records. We're on a shared plan, have been for years. I pulled the last 3 months of activity. Gavin's number showed up 63 times. Texts. Calls. At hours that made my stomach turn. 2 a.m. 6 in the morning. During times when Heidi told me she was at vendor meetings or venue walkthroughs, I cross-referenced with her location history. We had Find My Friends enabled, safety thing, we both agreed to it years ago. I pulled her timeline, 6 visits to Gavin's apartment complex in the last month alone. Each one lined up perfectly with a night she said she was working late. I screenshotted everything. Created a hidden folder on my cloud drive. Backed it up twice, then I remembered something. Heidi's iPad, she barely used it anymore, left it on her nightstand as basically an alarm clock. But when she first got it, I'd helped her set it up. Synced it with her phone so messages would come through on both. She'd never turned that off. Monday evening, while she was in the shower, I grabbed the iPad. Opened messages, and there it was. Everything. I'm not going to lie, reading through those messages broke something in me. Not my resolve. My last shred of doubt. Months of conversations. Not just planning meetups. Entire relationship threads. Inside jokes. Photos I'm not going to describe. Paragraphs about how they felt, what they wanted, what they were going to do. One message from 6 weeks ago made me stop breathing. Heidi, I love you more than I ever loved him. He's so boring, Gav. So predictable. You make me feel alive again. Gavin, I know, babe. Soon. We just gotta time it right. Let me get the promotion locked in, you finish wedding season. Then we'll figure it out. Heidi, I hate lying to him. But God, I don't hate it enough to stop. They were planning a future. While living off my income, in my house, lying to my face every single day, I took screenshots of everything. Every message that mattered. I organized them by date, by content, by severity. I'm good at building portfolios. This was just a different kind of asset allocation. When Heidi came out of the bathroom in her robe, I was back on the couch, iPad exactly where I'd found it. You okay? She asked. You look pale, just tired. Long day. She sat next to me, put her head on my shoulder. I felt her hair against my neck and wanted to scream. Instead, I kissed the top of her head. Love you, she said. Love you too. The lie tasted like ash. That night, after she fell asleep, I sat in my office and opened a blank email. To my parents. Her parents. Gavin, subject, to both families. I started typing. Just facts. No emotion. Timestamps. Screenshots attached. Video files ready. A simple explanation of what I'd discovered and what I was going to do about it. When I finished, my finger hovered over the send button. Not yet. I saved it as a draft. Then I sat back and stared at the ceiling, my mind turning over the final piece of this puzzle. I had the evidence. I had the documentation. I had everything I needed to destroy them. Now I just needed the right moment to pull the trigger, and I was going to make damn sure they never saw it coming. 2 weeks. That's how long I waited. Not because I was weak. Because I was patient. I went to work. Had dinner with Heidi. Texted Gavin back when he sent me stupid memes like nothing was wrong. I smiled. I nodded. I played the role of the boring, predictable husband they thought I was. And the whole time, I was watching. Waiting for the perfect opening. It came on a Saturday afternoon. Heidi was getting ready, that same routine I'd seen a dozen times now. The good jeans. The fitted top. Hair curled just enough to look effortless. Vendor meeting? I asked from the bedroom doorway. Yeah, florist needs help with a mock-up for the Henderson wedding. Shouldn't take more than a couple hours. She didn't even look at me when she said it. Sounds good. I'll probably just catch up on some reading. She kissed me on the cheek, perfunctory, routine, and grabbed her keys. I waited until her car pulled out of the driveway. Then I checked Gavin's social media. He'd posted a gym selfie an hour ago with the caption "Rest Day Gains." Which meant he was home. Free. Perfect. I pulled out my phone and sent Heidi a text. "Hey, I think I left my wallet in your car. Can you swing back real quick? Need it for a grocery run." 3 dots appeared immediately. Then, "I'm already halfway there. Can it wait? Kind of need it. Won't take you 5 minutes." A longer pause. Then, "Fine. Give me 20. I set my phone down and opened a new message. This one to Gavin. "Hey man, need a favor. Can you come by the house? Got a weird noise coming from the garage. Want a second opinion before I call someone?" Gavin replied within seconds. "Yeah, sure, be there in 10. I smiled. The cameras were recording. The stage was set. Now I just needed my actors to show up. Gavin arrived first. I heard his SUV pull into the driveway, the door slam. He walked up to the front door and knocked, casual, easy, like he'd done 100 times before. I opened it. His smile faltered when he saw my expression. "Hey," he said. "What's up with the garage? Change of plans. Come inside." "What? Inside, Gavin?" Something in my tone made him hesitate, but he stepped through the door. I closed it behind him and gestured to the living room. "Have a seat." "Owen, what's going on? You're being weird. Sit down." He sat on the couch, confusion turning into something else. Nervousness, maybe. Guilt trying to hide behind bravado. "Seriously, man, what?" "Heidi's on her way here," I said. The color drained from his face. "Just a little. Just enough, okay?" He said slowly. "Why'd you need me to come over if?" "Because I wanted you both here. At the same time." Silence. Gavin's throat worked. "I don't understand." "Yeah, you do." He stood up. "Look, I don't know what you think is." "Sit down, Gavin." "Owen." I said sit the hell down. My voice didn't rise. Didn't crack. It was steel wrapped in ice. He sat. We stared at each other across the living room. I could see him trying to figure out what I knew, how much, whether he could still talk his way out of this. The same calculations he probably ran every time he closed a real estate deal. But this wasn't a negotiation. This was an execution. I heard a car pull into the driveway. Heidi's engine, the one I'd listened to every morning for 6 years. The one that drove away to meet my brother while I sat at home like an idiot. Not anymore. Her footsteps on the walkway. Key in the lock. The door opened. Heidi walked in, already talking. "Okay, I'm here. Where's your?" She stopped, frozen in the doorway, keys dangling from her hand, purse sliding off her shoulder. She looked at Gavin. Then at me. Then back at Gavin. I watched her face cycle through a dozen emotions in 3 seconds. Confusion. Recognition. Panic. The exact moment she realized she was caught. "Owen," she said carefully. "What's going on?" I gestured to the empty chair across from Gavin. "Close the door." "Sit down." "I don't." "Close the door." "Sit down." Her hand trembled as she pushed the door shut. She didn't sit. Just stood there, trapped between the exit and the bomb she didn't know had already detonated. "Owen, whatever you think. I'm going to give you one chance," I said. My voice was calm. Measured. "One chance to tell me the truth before I tell you what I already know." Gavin stood again. "Man, I think there's been some kind of..." "Shut up, Gavin. I'm talking to my wife." I turned back to Heidi. Her eyes were wide, mascara perfect, the same face I'd woken up next to for 6 years, the same face that had been lying to me for months. "So," I said, "you want to tell me where you've really been going? Or should I start showing you the receipts?" Heidi's mouth opened. Closed. Opened again. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said. But her voice cracked on the last word. I pulled out my phone. Opened the screenshots folder. Walked over and handed it to her. "Scroll through those. Take your time." She looked down at the screen. I watched her face as she saw the first message. Then the second. Then the third. The timestamps. The locations. Her own words staring back at her. "I love you more than I ever loved him." Her hands started shaking. "Where did you? How did you?" "Your iPad," I said simply. "Still synced to your phone. You never turned it off." Gavin was on his feet now. "Owen, listen, this isn't. Sit down or get out. Your choice." He stayed standing. "You're making this into something it's not. We were just..." "Just what?" I turned to face him. "Just sleeping with my wife? Just planning a future together while living under my roof? Just what, exactly?" Heidi's face went from white to red. "You had no right to go through my messages." I almost laughed. "That's your defense? Privacy? You invited my brother into our bed." My voice didn't rise, but the words cut through the room like a blade. Don't you dare talk to me about rights. She threw my phone at the couch. You don't understand. You never understood. Then explain it to me. You're never here. She was breathing hard now, chest heaving. You work constantly, you ignore me, you treat me like I'm just another item on your checklist. So you decided to sleep with Gavin. He actually pays attention to me. He makes me feel wanted. Gavin stepped forward. Owen, look, it just happened, we didn't. 63 calls in 3 months, I said, looking at him dead on. 6 visits to your apartment. Months of messages planning your little future together. That's not just happening, little brother. That's a relationship. His jaw clenched. You don't know what you're. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've got your entire timeline documented. Every text. Every lie. Every time you looked me in the eye at Sunday dinner while you were screwing my wife. Heidi's voice went shrill. Don't act like you're the victim here. You drove me to this. How? By working to pay for this house? By trusting you? By being boring? She was screaming now. God, Owen, you're so predictable. Same routine, same conversations, same everything. Do you know what it's like to feel invisible in your own marriage? Do you know what it's like to be betrayed by the 2 people you trusted most? She flinched. But then her face hardened. I'm not apologizing. You want to know the truth? Fine. Gavin makes me happy. He actually cares about me. And I'm done pretending you're enough. The words should have destroyed me. Maybe they would later. But right now, I felt nothing but cold clarity. Okay, I said quietly. That stopped her. What? Okay. You want him? You can have him. I'm filing for divorce Monday morning. You can't. I absolutely can. And I will. I looked at Gavin. Hope you're ready to support her, because she's not getting a dime from me. Heidi's eyes went wild. You don't get to do this. You don't get to just decide. You already decided. Months ago. I'm just making it official. This is BS. She moved toward me, finger jabbing the air. You set this up. You manipulated us into coming here. I gave you a chance to tell the truth. You chose to lie. You're controlling. You're obsessed. She was in my face now, spit flying. You probably planned this whole thing. Put those cameras up to trap me. I took a small step back. Just enough to stay in frame. The cameras are for security. You said so yourself. You're a psycho. Her voice hit a pitch I'd never heard before. You violated my privacy. You stalked me. You. I protected myself from a liar. That's when she snapped. Her hand came up fast. I saw it in my peripheral vision but didn't move. The slap connected with my face, hard enough that my head turned. My cheek burned. I straightened. Looked at her. Didn't say a word. You ruined everything. She screamed. This is all your fault. She shoved me. Both hands on my chest. I stumbled back a step. Gavin grabbed her arm. Heidi, stop. She yanked free and swung at me again, this time with a closed fist. Caught my shoulder. I kept my hands at my sides. Everything was fine until you had to go snooping. You couldn't just leave it alone. She reached for the decorative bowl on the side table. Heavy glass, wedding gift from her parents. She hurled it at my head. I ducked. It shattered against the wall behind me, pieces exploding across the hardwood. And through it all, I stood there. Calm. Hands visible. Not fighting back. The camera in the corner caught everything. I walked to the kitchen. Pulled out my phone. Dialed 911. Heidi froze when she heard my voice. Yes, I need police at my address. My wife just physically attacked me. I have video evidence. No, I'm not injured. Yes, she's still here. Her face went from rage to pure panic in half a second. What did you just? You made your choice, I said. Now deal with the consequences. The operator told me to stay on the line. I put the phone on speaker and set it on the counter. Heidi stared at me like I'd just pulled a gun. You called the cops on me? You physically attacked me. Multiple times. In my own home. I barely touched you. You slapped me. Shoved me. Threw a glass bowl at my head. That's physically attack. Gavin moved toward the door. I stepped in front of it. Where do you think you're going? I'm not part of this, man. This is between you and her. You're staying until the police get here. You can't keep me here. Try to leave and I'll add interference to the report. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't need to. Your call. He backed up, hands raised. This is insane. Heidi's panic was shifting now. I could see the wheels turning behind her eyes. The survival instinct kicking in. She'd realized screaming wasn't working, so she was going to try something else. She sank into a chair, buried her face in her hands. When she looked up, there were tears. Owen, she said, voice small and broken. Please. Don't do this. Don't do what? Hold you accountable? You're trying to ruin my life. I'm trying to protect myself. There's a difference. I made a mistake. The tears were flowing now, real or manufactured. I didn't care anymore. I was confused and hurt and I made a terrible mistake, but you can't destroy me over this. You destroyed us the moment you got into bed with my brother. I'll end it. Right now. I'll never see him again. I'll do whatever you want. Just please don't. It's done, Heidi. Owen, please. She stood, moved toward me. Gavin grabbed her arm but she shook him off. We can fix this. We can go to counseling, we can work through it. There's nothing to work through. You made your choice, you set me up. Her voice turned desperate, grasping. You manipulated me into coming here, you trapped me, you wanted this to happen. I gave you multiple chances to stop. To be honest. You chose not to. You're going to tell the cops I attacked you? After what you did to me? After what I did to you? I kept my voice level. What exactly did I do? Install security cameras in my own house? Check phone records on a plan I pay for? Read messages you left on a device in our bedroom? You violated my trust. You violated your marriage vows. She opened her mouth to respond, but sirens cut through the air outside. Red and blue lights flickered through the front window. The color drained from her face. Owen, don't. Please don't do this. I walked to the door. You should have thought about consequences before you threw that bowl. 2 officers approached the porch. I opened the door before they knocked. Evening, officers. I'm Owen. I called. Sir, can you tell us what happened? I explained calmly. Confronted my wife about an affair with my brother. She became violent. Slapped me, shoved me, threw an object at my head. I have video evidence from my home security system. Heidi was behind me now. That's not what happened. He's lying. He manipulated the whole situation. The younger officer looked at her, then back at me. You said you have video? I do. The cameras caught everything. I can pull it up right now if you need to see it. The older officer stepped inside. Let's take a look. I opened my phone, accessed the cloud storage. Found the footage from 15 minutes ago. Hit play. The officers watched in silence. Heidi screaming. Her hand connecting with my face. The shove. Me stepping back, hands visible at my sides, never retaliating. Gavin trying to intervene. The bowl shattering against the wall. When it ended, the younger officer looked at Heidi. Ma'am, did you strike him? He provoked me. He set this whole thing up to make me look. Did you strike him? Her mouth worked. Yes, but. And did you throw that bowl? She looked at the shattered glass still scattered on the floor. Yes, but you don't understand. Ma'am, I need you to turn around and put your hands behind your back. What? No. You can't, this isn't. Ma'am, you're being detained for domestic physically attack. Turn around, this is BS. She backed away from the officer. He's the one who violated my privacy and trapped me and. Ma'am, turn around now or we'll add resisting to the charges. Heidi looked at me, desperation turning back to rage. You're going to regret this. I'll take everything from you. The house, the money, everything. You hear me? I met her eyes. Said nothing. The officer guided her hands behind her back. The cuffs clicked into place. Do you want to press charges? The older officer asked me. I didn't hesitate. Yes. Heidi's face crumpled. Owen, please. You have the right to remain silent, the officer began. She was still screaming as they walked her to the patrol car. Threats. Accusations. Promises of revenge. Her voice carried through the open door until it was muffled by the closing of the car door. I watched through the window as the vehicle pulled away, red lights disappearing down the street. The house went quiet. Gavin was still standing in the living room, looking like he'd just watched a car crash. Owen, get out of my house. Man, I'm sorry, I never meant for. Get out. He stared at me for a long moment. Then he grabbed his keys and walked to the door. Stopped at the threshold. Are you going to tell Mom and Dad? I looked at him. My little brother. The guy I'd helped through college. Lent money to. Defended when he screwed up. What do you think? He flinched. Nodded once. And left. I locked the door behind him. Stood in the silence of my home. Glass still shattered on the floor. The faint smell of Heidi's perfume lingering in the air. I walked to my office. Sat down at my computer. Opened the email draft I'd written 2 weeks ago. Read through it one more time. Attachments ready. Video files uploaded. Screenshots embedded. My finger hovered over the send button. Then I clicked it. The email went out to both sets of parents. To Heidi's sisters. To Gavin. Subject, to both families. I sat back in my chair and waited for my phone to explode. It took less than 3 minutes. My mother called first. I let it ring. Then my father. Then Heidi's mother. All within 5 minutes of each other. 12 missed calls in the first hour. I turned my phone on silent and poured myself a drink. Sat on the couch and waited. Around midnight, my father showed up at the door. I let him in. He didn't say anything at first. Just looked at the shattered glass still on the floor, the empty house, me sitting there with a whiskey in my hand. Did she really? He stopped. Started again. Is the video real? Every second of it. He sat down heavily in the chair across from me. Aged 10 years in front of my eyes. And Gavin? Months. Maybe longer. I stopped counting. Jesus Christ. He put his head in his hands. Your mother's devastated. I'm sorry she had to find out this way. Are you? He looked up. You sent that email to everyone. You wanted them to know. I wanted them to see the truth. Yes. He was quiet for a long time. Then, what do you need from us? Nothing. I just need you to know I didn't do this lightly. I know you didn't. He stood, walked over, put his hand on my shoulder. Your brother. We're handling it. He won't be welcome at the house for a long time. Maybe ever. I nodded. Didn't trust myself to speak. After he left, I finally checked my phone. Text from my mother, just 4 words. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Nothing from Gavin. Nothing from Heidi's family except one message from her older sister. You're a vindictive B-word and I hope you rot. I deleted it and went to bed. Monday morning, I met with a lawyer. Brought everything. Messages. Location data. Police report. Video footage. The arrest record had already been filed. She looked through it all with the detached efficiency of someone who'd seen worse. This is pretty clear-cut. Adultery, domestic violence conviction pending. You'll keep the house, it's in your name, you owned it before marriage. Assets will split but you'll come out ahead. What about alimony? With her physically attacked charge and the documented infidelity? You won't pay a cent. I filed that afternoon. Dissolution of marriage. Irreconcilable differences. The legal term felt too clean for what had happened, but it would do. The fallout was nuclear. Heidi's domestic violence charge stuck. Misdemeanor physically attack. She pleaded no contest, got probation and mandatory anger management. The conviction went on her record. Her event coordinator job? Gone within 2 weeks. Turns out when you're in an image-based industry, getting arrested for domestic violence doesn't play well with clients. She tried to spin some story on social media about being the real victim, about me manipulating her. Someone, I never found out who, posted the police report in the comments. She deleted her account the same day. Gavin tried to reach out once. Long text message about how sorry he was, how he'd lost everything too, how he hoped someday I could forgive him. I blocked the number without responding. My parents cut him off completely. Financial support, family business connections, Sunday dinners. All of it. My mother couldn't even say his name without crying for months. He moved 2 hours away. Heard through the grapevine he's selling used cars now. The real estate firm dropped him when word got around. As for Heidi and Gavin's relationship? Lasted about 3 weeks after the arrest. Turns out betrayal doesn't make a great foundation. Who knew? The divorce finalized 4 months later. I sat in the courthouse hallway waiting for the judge to sign off. Heidi was there with her lawyer, looking like she hadn't slept in weeks. We didn't speak. Didn't even make eye contact. When it was done, I walked out into the sunlight with the decree in my hand and felt nothing. Not triumph. Not vindication. Just empty. And then, slowly, relief. It was over. I sold the house 6 months after that. Too many ghosts. Bought a smaller place closer to downtown, started fresh. New furniture. New routines. New life. I saw a therapist for a while. Not because I was broken, because I was smart enough to know processing betrayal takes work. She helped me untangle the anger from the hurt, the pain from the healing. Eventually, I started dating again. Carefully. Slowly. Trust doesn't come back overnight. I'm writing this 2 years later. Someone asked me in the comments if I ever regretted pressing charges. Not for a second. Heidi made her choices. I made mine. The difference is I can still sleep at night. She gambled on me being too weak or too conflict avoidant to call her out. She thought I'd just take it, maybe cry, maybe beg her to stay. She was wrong. I didn't scream. Didn't beg. Didn't give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. I just documented everything, waited for the right moment, and let them destroy themselves. They wanted to play me for a fool. Instead, I played chess while they were still learning checkers. People ask if I've forgiven them. Honestly, I don't think about them enough to forgive them. Forgiveness implies they still occupy space in my life. They don't. Gavin isn't my brother anymore. Heidi isn't my wife. They're just two people who made catastrophically bad decisions and paid the price. Meanwhile, I kept my house equity. Kept my career. Kept my dignity. And most importantly, I kept my peace. Some revenge is loud. Explosive. Dramatic. Mine was quiet. Calculated. Permanent. And I never raised my voice once. Edit. For everyone asking about updates, there aren't any. This is it. They're out of my life. I'm moving forward. That's the whole point. Edit 2. No, I'm not interested in reconciliation with Gavin. Some bridges don't get rebuilt. Edit 3. Stop asking me to forgive them for my own healing. I'm healed. They're gone. That's all the closure I need. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.